Welcome back to part 2 of the Ref Show. It's also a podcast, by the way, hence the microphones on the desk. Mark Lawrenson and Glenn Turner. So we've saved this one. Sunderland 0, Manchester United 3. Come what may, United were going to win this game quite easily against the bottom team.
Didn't affect the result.
No.
The decision.
This is the red card at 1-0. And it is Seb Larsson. His first Premier League dismissal in 278 appearances, making it even more of a talking point. Even referees can't unanimously agree on this. Whether he deserved to be sent off, got a straight red for his challenge on Ander Herrera. The You Are the Ref team, led by Keith Hackett and Mark Halsey, both of a view that should have been yellow. What's your view?
Before I'd even seen or read anything from the rest of the You Are the Ref team, I agree it should have been a yellow.
Okay.
That's a yellow card challenge for me.
And you too, Mark?
Exactly, yeah.
And your other former top referees feel that the referee here, Craig Pawson, got it right.
Some of the comments made by some former referees, I think some of it is just maybe posturing and manoeuvring for things that they may be
Surely not, Glenn. Surely.
So really? I take some of them with a very large pinch of salt.
Yeah. I just think it was a yellow. I think that would have sufficed.
It's not in danger of the safety.
But it does show how subjective these judgments between yellow and red can be, because it's not the first time this season we've had some disagreement about what it should be.
No. And again, it screams out for me for a couple of things. One, for some clarity from the PGMO, and secondly, video.
Yeah,
an orange card.
Yeah, a video referee would have been pretty clear on that quite quickly, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
It's done, isn't it?
Yeah. What is causing this confusion and this inconsistency then?
A lack of clarity for me. Getting the teams together. When I talk about the teams, I mean the referees and the assistants. Getting them together regularly, getting them to review decisions, both good and bad. This is what we used to do, and they're seeing much more uniformity in the old days. But
do they not do that then?
Not.
Because they get together all the time, don't they?
So we're told, but not from the conversations I with some of the lads.
So they don't sit there in a room and go look through different.
Not on with the regularity that we used to.
Right.
What's the point of getting together? Tea and scones.
It's a good question.
So this is one area where there does need to be consistency in this area.
Yeah. I also have a bit of a question mark over. Just how much of a team ethic there is these days as well, Alan.
Yeah,
very much so.
We'll come to that.
We saw that at Newcastle.
We're going to come to that with not only the referee. Now, he's been kind of hung out to dry, but there were 3 other officials for that bizarre Newcastle penalty incident, which we will come to later in the show. But meantime, just to top and tail that one, there would appear to be, and you'll know whether there's going to be appeal or not by the time you watch this, but we don't think so because...
It has to be a clear and obvious error.
A panel's going to back a referee on that.
You couldn't say it's a clear and obvious error. I think it's an error, but I don't think it's a clear and obvious error. So an appeal, in my opinion anyway, would be unsuccessful.
Well, let's stay with challenges because there's one notable one that I saw in the Championship. Big match. This was Sheffield Wednesday's excellent 2-1 home win over Newcastle. Now, there was an incident here at 0-0, and you've viewed Barry Bannon's challenge in the first half of that game. He got a yellow card from Stuart Atwell. I know that Keith Hackett was very impressed with Atwell's overall performance in that game.
That's because Wednesday won. That's why. And he kept him on the pitch.
It was a yellow card. Now you've both seen it. What's your verdict on it?
That's red for me. That one's over the top.
Absolutely.
So
you don't even need to watch it again.
No.
It's just straight off. See ya.
No.
So we compare and contrast. That's an example of what we're talking
in real
about.
time. That's red.
Yeah.
You don't need to review that one. Like Mark says, you don't need a second look at that. That one was over the top.
So that's 2 that they've got wrong for different reasons in
one too
those
soft,
games.
one too harsh.
And that highlights the inconsistency kind of thing. Though overall, Stuart Atwell is having a good comeback. I saw your team, Lauro, Preston, lose 3-0 at Leeds. Which actually was a bit harsh in terms of the scoring. So it was a really good game. Both teams played really well there. And Peter Banks was in charge. Now, with my amateur eye, I thought he had a good game. But he's one of those referees that we're looking to, isn't he? For the future.
Yeah. And everything see and hear about Peter Banks is positive. We've seen Chris come in at the weekend and have a good game.
Will he think he'll get a game in the Premier League before the end of the season?
It's possible,
It
isn't
would be nice to see him,
Well,
because
that's-
there are plenty of games that they can select. Like they particularly chose the West Brom Southampton one for
Yeah.
Chris at the weekend, which could have gone the wrong way,
Well-
as we've already said, but it went the right way for him.
There'll
Give him a
also be
go.
games,
There are
won't there,
plenty
that
of
won't
those.
make have any meaning on any difference on
There
anything.
are plenty of those
Yeah.
still to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give him a go.
Yeah.
There was one incident in that game where possibly he's come out well. Leeds were leading 1-0 and Chris Wood netted, looking as if he was offside. There was no flag. Okay, Peter Banks, just behind Chris Wood going through, thinks he's clearly not happy about giving the goal despite there being no flag. He goes over to the
Right.
linesman.
Right.
They have a conflab
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he disallows it.
Oh, right.
And we think he's disallowed it because the referee's seen a little touch on that's
Yes,
played
yes.
Chris Wood offside
yeah,
that the
yeah.
linesman hasn't
Yeah,
seen.
yeah. If
So-
if that's how it panned out, fantastic bit of team. Well done, you two.
Yeah.
Because the refs helped the assistant out. The assistant must, we're assuming, has thought, no,
He'd
that's
not seen.
that's not
He'd
that's
not
not a
seen.
straight pass.
Yeah.
It's come from the defender. The refs put his mind straight and gone, well, in that case, then he was offside. Yeah, good bit of teamwork.
Gary Monk thought he was offside in either,
Right.
in onside rather, in either
Right,
event. Though they
okay.
didn't matter because Leeds
Okay.
very quickly scored a second goal and won 3-0. Just before we come to that amazing incident at Newcastle, which everybody's still talking about, we stay in the North East in the Premier League for Middlesbrough 0, Burnley 0. Hardly anything to talk about involving Martin Atkinson, apart from, and again, a divergence of opinion, no red card when Patrick Bamford was going clear. The defender was Michael Keane. It was only a yellow card. What's your view on that one, Laura?
I think I'm almost neutral on it because it could have been either. Well, it was either, obviously, but it could have been either. I didn't sit there and think get him off or.
Was it a clear scoring opportunity?
I'd go with Laura's opinion on that one. If he'd sent him, support it. If he'd left him on with the yellow, support it.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
one of those where you'll get 25 referees in a room and 13 will go one way and 12 will go
Yeah.
the other, and we'll go, well, we have to go that way then.
Toss of a coin.
And to be fair, Patrick Bamford wouldn't have scored Alan anyway, so I wouldn't make it.
Now, what's the difference with him? He was scoring for fun last time. He was. Mind you, he's in the Premier League.
There
now.
you are.
That's a
You
slight
have
difference.
actually just answered your own question. we can go. He's now answering his own question. You should have a one-man show, mate. honestly.
It's very unprofessional.
And wear your
very
jacket
unprofessional.
next time.
Never mind the quality.
Hey, where's my jacket?
You won't know what that's referring to. If you get an opportunity, look back at the Periscope that we did before the show. Newcastle against Burton, 1-0 to the home team, just as well for Keith Stroud, the referee, but not just for him, for all the officials there. This amazing incident where a penalty is scored and there's encroachment, but the referee didn't. He disallows the goal. It restarts with an indirect free kick.
Yeah.
Should have been a retake. What's
Bizarre.
going on?
Who knows what's going on in and I know Keith ever so well. I've known him a long time, and I'd like to think I know him well enough to believe he would be gutted after that. Just bizarre. I don't know how he came
I think
to
you
that
just had a
decision.
blank.
It happens, yeah, it happens.
He just somehow momentarily forgotten
Yeah.
the law,
Yeah.
that it has to be a retake.
But then the question has to be, where were his mates?
That's the bigger question.
And we're coming back
Yeah.
to what we mentioned a few moments ago.
That's
Yeah.
the bigger question.
It's more incriminating than the individual error by one guy, would you say?
Yeah, it's incriminating for the four of them, isn't
Yeah.
it? I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the referee's made a mistake, but surely someone is saying, by the way,
Yeah.
And you-
retake.
And yet we don't know the names. Well, we can't readily recall the names of the other three.
no.
That's the difference, isn't it?
No. But I've
Why
gotta
should
say,
that make any difference,
is-
though?
for me, there is a very apparent lack of that team ethic that there used to be. We used to have a saying within the team I operated regularly in. We either all succeed or we all fail together. Nobody comes out of this looking good at the expense of the other three, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I don't see that anymore, particularly in the Premier League. Is that a reflection of the fact that some of the assistants now are salaried, and so they're looking after themselves and that salary, rather than giving a decision for the team and prepared to looking out for the ref? Or are they just all looking out for themselves? I think so.
But surely, even if one of the others just said to him, like, it's a retake, it looks good on him.
Yes,
the lad who
yes,
says it. And he's actually helped the referee.
Yes.
He's not sort of putting him down.
Well, Benitez was trying to help the referee by speaking to the fourth official.
Listen, everybody knew,
Yeah.
But are they
the
afraid to
officials-
say it just in case they're wrong?
well, that's it. Well,
And then they brought all the focus onto themselves when actually they could have just stood in the background and looked after themselves.
It's a
And
big
I'm afraid
concern.
That's what's happening.
but also, don't you think in football that there are some things that happen in games, and you just know someone's made a wrong decision.
Yes.
You just know because
Feels
you have
wrong.
that feel.
Yeah,
Yes.
Whether it's players, managers, or and that was a moment where you went,
Yeah.
"This is wrong, boys." So, you know, the old light bulb should have gone.
Couldn't be more wrong, and it's a major issue of concern. In Glenn's words, we all succeed or we all fail together. You be the judge of that. Join us for another Ref Show next week. Bye.